dumbasses like these two right here. I love you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Ruckus get you pretty far. Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Our city, state, and county should start monitoring non-profit organizations.
Okay.
Where the money's going, who's pocketing it, what they doing with it. It's not send somebody in to help them build a program that can help something better than what they're doing, because they're not doing nothing much for anybody. Respectful to you, I want you to be to me.
Right.
But there's people that walk by here just be a dick.
Right. How often that happens?
All the time.
Really?
Yeah, people are very, very, Bible says, hardened hearts.
Okay.
And that's how they treat other people they think are below them. And they don't realize how fast you can land up in a situation
You're right.
like this, and how quick you can lose everything in a heartbeat. And, you know.
So let's start off. What's your name, sweetie?
Huh?
What's your name?
My name? Miami.
Miami?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my name is Tish. Nice to meet you. And so I'm as pharmacist Tish. I'm a pharmacist in the Charlotte, North Carolina area in this beautiful city of North Carolina, Charlotte. And I am here to meet the amazing people.
This out the nurse.
Okay, let me start from the beginning. So you're born in Miami. How was your childhood?
Childhood?
Yeah. You have mom and dad in the home?
I had a family life was horrible. My childhood was great because I was surrounded by a isolated neighborhood with a lot of friends I grew up with all my life. And
how many brothers and sisters?
I still know all these friends. I grew up with these people all my life. I still know all these people, and they're like my private, personal family to side.
Right. I mean, because I'd ask if you were the mayor of Charlotte, because everyone knows you. And who is this? And this Ruckus?
That's Ruckus.
Hey, Ruckus.
I try to hold myself.
Hey, Rucky. Aw. So this your baby.
I try to hold myself the best I can.
Right.
No matter how you treat me.
Okay.
At the end of the day,
so your mom and dad were both in the home?
Huh?
Your mom and dad were both in the home, or you just?
Yeah, my stepfather and my mother.
And how many brothers and sisters?
I have one brother, one half brother, one half sister.
And you said your childhood was rough. How so? You don't want to talk about it right now? I got you. No problem. Okay, so what made you say you moved down to Charlotte, and then you found that you had multiple.
You know, Murphy's Law. If something will go wrong, it will go wrong.
Right. Everything was going wrong. So the multiple sclerosis is the thing that keeps you from like.
I think I've had 2 major attacks.
Okay.
They diagnosed me with having strokes in the 103.
Okay.
And, I've been fully paralyzed on my right side of my body. My arm, my leg the first time, my face, my arm, my leg again. And the one thing I think is keeping me from, I might have a little pain and I'm feeling it in my mind and stuff like that. The one thing I think keeps me going every day is having to be responsible and cater to a dog.
Right. So your dog helps you out.
Yeah, and it's hard to get somebody to help me get him legally addressed to me as a emotional support dog or a support dog.
Gotcha.
The run around you get to personal clinic and your dog care center. It's like you're fighting a war.
So how often do you have to see the doctor? Do you have regular doctor visits?
I have no medical assistance right here. It's the whole their whole program is useless. I mean,
did you graduate from high school?
No.
How high grade did you get?
11th grade.
11th grade. Why is that? Why is that? Why you didn't finish high school?
It was pretty rough where I grew up.
Right. Really rough.
My life wasn't so great, so I went in 2 different directions.
Right, got you. And so what kind of jobs have you done?
I've been a concrete finisher for 25 years.
Okay.
And I've had difficulties working for several restaurants here. And no matter how good a job you do, people try to treat you like shit. And that's a terrible thing. And people don't really acknowledge that these people here are doing a horrible job. This guy's doing an excellent job. And they still want to let people feel they can because they're worried about their job because they're doing a shitty job and you're just going to show what they're supposed to really do.
Are you married?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever been married?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any children?
No, ma'am.
Why?
I've actually adopted 2 boys. Their mother and their aunts and their cousins. We grew up with their family, and then the kids were growing up around us. Then the kids were just too wild. So I took one on my wing.
Right.
tried to encourage them the best I could.
I'm sorry.
And both of them dropped out of school. The older one went back to school, got his from one day he went to the class and he got his degree in electrical and stuff. And now he's got his little brother working as an apprentice under him. And I was amazed. And I tried to talk to him.
Good.
I tried to talk to him about God. And I swear to you, he was preaching. He was praying to me. I'm like, wait, did you just pray over me?
Right.
He got me in tears. I'm like, I was mad.
So you did a good job.
That part right there.
Right.
Their mother takes me all the time for it. And it's just I couldn't see them. They were like spitting images of us.
Okay.
And we were so wild out of our minds. I wasn't gonna let them two boys follow our footprints. You know,
Right.
You follow my path. My path is rough. You can't handle.
So is that the biggest accomplishment in your life, or to get two boys?
I can't say it's my biggest accomplishment.
What's your biggest accomplishment?
That I could say I did for another. That it would always, and he's already now. Nobody has any worries. Mother don't have no worries. They don't have no worries. They set themselves on a path that they know that they want to take.
Right.
On that path, and it's going to hold them forever.
What's the most tragic? That's your biggest one of your biggest accomplishments. What's the biggest thing you probably regret that's happened in your life? What's the biggest regret you had in your life that's happened?
Not having kids of my own.
Really? You still can. You're so young.
Yeah, no, I'm 50. It's old. And with this MS stuff, you never know how long before this really takes effect and hinders my...
And I'm sorry, how long you had MS that you know of?
I had my first attack in 01, and then I had my second one in 03. And I've done so much to just keep myself above water. You know, for years I was taking bare aspirin, which is a medicine.
Wow.
For strokes.
Right.
Were harming me. So
Right.
I said something, I said, I can't take this. This is really harming me. So
Right.
come to find out years later, I'm glad I pulled myself off this medication. But then I was taking bare aspirins, but I stopped taking them too because I felt like they wasn't really doing nothing for me.
Right.
And
so you were taking bare...
That bare aspirins is really hard for you. It tears up your liver and
your stomach.
And I'm like, wait a minute.
So you were
taking... No, I got MS.
So you were taking bare aspirin to help with the pain from the MS?
From strokes.
From strokes too.
And now I know I have MS and I just don't have the medication. I don't have the doctor. And to get this in order, it's a three-ring circus.
Right.
They make it so hard and so difficult. You know, so it's like
so you need,
I'll figure this out when I get the chance to figure it out. If it catches me before I can, then it catches me. If not, then I can figure this out later.
So you need help getting organized on how to get help. You know, steady help.
No more help from people that are no closer to me than a piece of rock on the street.
So you feel nonprofits, they're just trying to profit.
Organizations, I put one. I got one to the right of me. I got one to the left of me. I got one around the corner here, and it's a joke.
Right.
It's a joke.
So how do you do things you need to do when there's with your dog? Like, don't you have to look after your dog and everything?
That dog, look, he's looking out for himself.
Mm-hmm.
My dog.
Right.
He gets catered to first.
Right.
And first.
I bet he does help out because I know my dogs really help me out a whole lot.
What you doing? How are you?
I know they help me out a whole lot, you know, because I've gone through like surgeries and stuff, and if it wasn't for my dogs, I don't know how I would have gone through it.
Yeah, it's.
So yeah.
I've always had a dog.
Uh-huh.
Always had dogs. Always.
Right.
And this one is probably the most important one I've ever had.
Right. How old is he?
He just turned 8 in January. I found him near dead when he was a puppy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where did you find him?
I found him running around the streets.
Oh.
He ran across the field, collapsed in front of me, and he was just out of breath. So I picked him up, I carried him, he had a little piece of rope tied around his neck.
Right.
So I carried him, and I went to one of the resources. We were going to go eat. So I brought him some food, and everybody's seen him. Everybody's sharing food with him.
Right.
And I had him for almost a week or two, and spontaneously in the middle of the night, he jumped up, he's jumping around, hopping around. He was so freaking, like his energy just restored him.
Aww.
And so I jumped up that night, it's 2 o'clock, going on 3 o'clock in the morning. I jumped up and ran around town with a bottle of water.
Right.
I ran around town, jumping on flower beds and crossing over benches. I had him jumping around, and he has been nonstop since he was a puppy.
Aww.
2 weeks from me, when he was a puppy, knew that he revived himself, and he came back 100%. I got all his shots. I got microchip in him.
So you take care of him more than you take care of yourself, sound like.
Yes. I will go without a meal.
Right.
He won't.
So how do you like? So how do you sleep and stuff? I mean, like, where do you go?
How are you?
And so, like, 'cause you can't take him in a shelter with you or anything.
No, they're useless.
So I mean, but with with your
woman
dog
said,
too.
well, if you want her help, why don't you just get rid of the dog? That's what she told me.
And what is that supposed to do for
Why
you?
don't you go put a gun in your head and shoot yourself? And she walked away from me with a smile on her face.
Right.
I'm like, wait a minute.
So how do the people down here? How do they treat you? Like, do they treat you with respect? Are they nice? Do they help out? You know, the people in Charlotte who walk by.
Yeah.
I mean, you're very look like you're well like.
Here and there. Here and there. Here and there. I mean, you need more good people than bad people, which you. I've had a dude the other day, out of nowhere, come across the street.
Uh-huh.
He came straight after me and my dog with his big Doberman pinscher.
Oh.
Then he was insulting me, and then.
Was he homeless?
No, he was just somebody who was in one of his place. He came over here being a smart ass, causing problems. So I had words with him. He kept trying. He went inside, got some food, come back, tried it again. So I kept trying to put more. I tried to get my dog away from him more he kept. So I put my hand in my pocket and I said, "Bro, you don't want to keep doing that."
Right.
So the dog when he come back to take care of you. I said, "You best come back. Be ready." So he left. 2.5 hours later, he comes back, stood right here, right at manhole, and stood over me on the phone.
Right.
I said, "I hope that's making him a mechanic because you're gonna need him in a minute."
Right.
Near me and my dog again.
Right.
These cops pulled up just like these. One was here, one there, and one there. The first cop that pulled up, as soon as the cop pulled up, he bum rushed me with his dog again. And I pulled my dog away. I kept telling him this is what he's doing. So the cop said, "No, back away."
Right.
So he had words with me. He was unhappy that his. Then he told the cops that I pulled my knife on him. I said, "No, I stuck my hand in my pocket. Tell me what my knife looked like, and I'll give it to you."
Right.
It could not describe either one of my knives. One was in my pocket, and the other one, I don't even think I had sweatpants on, a sweatshirt. I don't even think I had a knife on my side. I only had one knife, and it was in my pocket. And I put my hand in my pocket. He kept telling the cop that I put my knife on him. I kept telling him, "Tell me what my knife looks like,
Right.
and I'll give it to you."
Right.
When the cop realized he couldn't tell me the description of my knife, the cops, they'll tell you what my knives look like. They know what these knives look like.
So on top of being homeless, you have jerks who want to bother you and make.
Yes, you get old people, young people, you got black people, white people. There's always somebody. It's not a common thing, but you'll get somebody that just wants to set in on you, and wants to attack you, really attack you, threaten you, insult you, thinking that you just somebody has done nothing with yourself. No, I've been a career man all my life. I made a keychain. I created a keychain when I was 9 years old.
Okay.
I was selling keychains on the table in my front yard with yard sale signs all over my neighborhood. People coming buying these things. So I was always set to make money, but when it comes down to your health,
Right.
I've been in a career. That's a hard career. And
Have you ever had a house or anything like that?
Huh?
Have you ever had a house
I
or?
have my own places, stuff like that.
Right. Wow. So what are your biggest regrets in life? If you could change something, what would you change?
If I could change it, if I could go back to beginning of, I wouldn't have changed. I would change the fact that I wanted to be in the construction industry.
Okay.
I would follow my sports career: baseball, football, soccer, professional fighting, a lot of things, running. There's several different things I could have done better or more of to follow through with instead of going in the path I went.
So this is what I want to say. So if anyone who's watching this, do you mind if like a social worker or someone would take special care to get everything organized? Because you have MS that needs to be taken care of. Because the older you get, the harder it gets. You know, I'm getting older as a woman.
Yes, my attacks happened in my late 20s. I was going on 28, 29, 30 when this happened. Now I'm still fighting this. But
Okay.
I'm blessed that it hasn't overcome me because this is already set in on me. It's
Right.
already attacked me
Because you want to be here for your dog.
It's already attacked me 2 major times.
Right.
I'm lucky I had 101 and 103. I'm surprised I'm not having any major attacks. That I'm not crippled by paraplegic in a wheelchair.
Right.
Pissing and shit in the bag.
Right.
I'm blessed that God's looking after me while these people are shitting on me.
Right.
So it's mixed feelings, mixed communication. And
Right. So what would you
not
say?
concern for others.
Well, so what would you like to say to the people of Charlotte? How can we make our communities better? How can we help out the homeless in Charlotte?
I think our city, state, and county should start monitoring non-profit organizations.
Okay.
Where the money's going, who's pocketing it, what they doing with it. It's not send somebody in to help them build a program that can help something better than what they're doing, because they're not doing nothing much for anybody. Feeding a meal to a homeless person 3 times a week ain't really helping nobody, because there's 900 people come out here to feed people all the time.
Right.
That's a scheme. That you open a non-profit organization here, and you put in this money that people are investing in you to do what you're doing, to open up another restaurant that's a non-profit organization, just that you can collect all this extra money and it's coming into your pocket. You got 5 houses and 10 cars, but these guys are still on the streets. Something don't make sense to me. So basically, non-profits is just a big business. You're saying it's a big business. Me and you could open a non-profit, start a non-profit organization tomorrow, and I could not ever see a spot like this every day in my life.
Right.
I do as little as I can for homeless dumbasses like these two right here. I love you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Ruckus get you. Ruckus get you pretty far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I told you, you're the mayor of Charlotte.
I was mayor of Charlotte. I would shut this whole state down.
Oh God.
This state sucks. They just, I don't know.
Well, if anyone is
when I first came here, it was a culture shock for me.
Right.
I was like, it didn't really bother me because I was doing my own thing. I didn't care. Now I went deeper into this culture shock where I landed up in my situation, knowing that I was suffering from a serious fucking disease. It's multiple sclerosis deteriorates the protective coating of your nervous system.
Right.
And that's scary to know that how bad is my nervous system shutting down? How bad is my protective coating?
That's why you need some help. You need to see the doctor.
Like I said, if I don't have a big old Social Security check for them to take from me,
right,
they can help me, leaving me with nothing, they're not going to give you nothing.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of these people that have checks, they don't bother to get help from them because they take all their money.
Okay.
If they keep their own money to do whatever they want, then they don't need the help. You know what I'm saying? So it's a mix. It's
right.
It don't make no sense.
Well, hopefully some, you know. There's the mayor. There's the mayor. There's the mayor.
I hold myself well enough.
Right. I guess I see that.
Then you see people that
even the police.
If you stay here long enough, do a day or a week, you'll find out how quick somebody will turn around and try to demean you.
Right, I believe you. I believe you.
Bothering nobody that hurt. That's why these girls here, they love me.
Right.
Anything happened to the site, I didn't even know they were trying to get this guy out of here, but they have problems. I didn't even realize they were.
Yeah, me either. I was like, what's going on?
I knew something was up, and I seen him messing with the guy, and they've had problems with that. And another dude sits here every day, comes in here and takes over the patio, and they try to run and he gets violent and threats and stuff like that. And every time they call, they get here too late, and he's already left.
Right.
When they leave, they comes back, and hangs out on the patio, and they can't get him going. And this is the kind of, they know that I can only do so much I can. But they know if that comes down to it, them girls, I got their back.
Right.
When we had the riots here, I escorted each one of these girls this way, that way, over there,
right,
to the car every day. I carry a short machete, or a bowie knife.
Right.
And, you know, nobody's gonna mess with a guy with a dog and beat a machete and a knife on the side, walking the girl to his car.
Right.
So they know that at any given time I will have.
Well, I hope someone watches this and a nonprofit will actually bring value and the help that you need and not just do it for, because there are some good nonprofits out there.
It's all about what I've seen. They do this and they get away with it and they pocket the money. They're taking in all this income and they're not putting it out for nobody. Right. They're all receiving. So I think our state, government, and county should start freaking monitoring these people and set up programs for them to help and get assistance for them to invest in something that can help better. You know what I'm saying?
Right, I understand.
That's a bigger income. Then you can pocket a little extra money and you can still put out some money for them.
Right.
Who cares? You can pocket the money. But you know what? Do something. Don't pocket the money and leave everybody hanging.
Right.
You know? You can't continue profiting off of somebody's misfortune and think that your God is going to bless you.
Right.
No, that's going to come back on you.
So for the final words, what's the final words you would like to say about your life and just to be living in Charlotte?
Life, you know.
Life
Today,
is-
I could be as healthy as today, and tomorrow something could go wrong. I could be dying or dead. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just life.
Well, you're an amazing guy because I see everyone loves you, and you are very kind to me. You're very approachable, and of course, having Ruckus here, how can you go wrong when you have Ruckus? You know.
Ruckus King Tryon.
Hey, baby. Hey,
Oh, he's sweat shy. I love you. You're so yummy, yummy.
well,
My dog's a professional womanizer.
I see.
He's obsessed with crackers, peanut butter crackers, and chicken. And
Well,
he loves the belly rub.
Well, I appreciate you, Mr. Miami. I appreciate you, and you really opened my eyes up to the nonprofit sector. I mean, you hear it, but actually
I've
someone
seen
who's
this, I've
experienced.
experienced this, I've been around it, and it's shocking that they get away with this.
Right.
I don't understand.
And
how
I just-
they-
and
you
I
know,
would-
like, if they like, I can't even mention their name because then we can't use this. The profit organization houses me, right? They
Okay.
do some fucked up foul shit to me, right? I can't turn around and get assistance because they're protected by a law that protects a non-profit organization from
Right.
me suing them.
Right.
Something don't make no sense.
Right. Well, hopefully someone will watch this and make it,
So
make it
they're-
where it's
what
worth
I'm
it.
doing is protected
Right.
I'm blocked from getting assistance. I'm getting a housing program that's really doing some foul shit to me. I go to a legal aid place down here. They won't help me because they work for them. How did that housing program block me from getting assistance?
Right.
Ain't that illegal? Ain't that illegal?
That's crazy.
That's crazy. That part right there.
Right.
That they got a lawyer's office to block me from helping them because they're working for them. How
Right.
can you do that and get away with that?
Right.
That's illegal.
Yeah.
So now I can't turn to an organization like this. I have to find my own, but I'm broke, I'm homeless, and I can't find work because I'm sick. And you block me from a legal aid?
Right.
Something don't make sense to that. Think
Well,
about it.
well, I hope
It's happened. I've experienced this.
Right.
I've experienced this.
Right.
I was blocked by a housing program that was taken, and then these people lost their funding in their program because they were misusing it.
Right. Well, thank you, Mr. Miami. I appreciate your time so much, babe. Thank you so much.